back in the old car, original camera angle. Everything is, nature is healing. We're getting back to normal. We got legs today. And I feel alright. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of feel a little off. I don't know what it is. I feel like I've got some sort of like brain fog. But, you know, that's why we've got the pre-workout. It'll round out any errors that we've got going. I am pretty well rested. I took a little nap earlier today, so feeling good there, at least physically. We are pretty well carved up. We've got somewhere around like 40 grams of carbs, something like that in the system. And of course, we are very well hydrated. I have been making it a point to chug a bunch of water today, so we're feeling pretty good. Just the brain fog. That's the one issue. But we'll work through it. I am feeling a little inspired today. So we've got legs, and it'll be hamstrings, quads, and a little calf work at the end. But I've just been kind of racking my brain thinking about what I want to do, specifically for quads. Hamstrings, that's, a variety of hamstring curls, and then finish off with RDLs. That's really all I need. I don't really have to overcomplicate anything with that. But quads, sometimes I like to spice it up a bit. So we're going to keep with the same program that we've been doing, where the main goal is to stick in that Bernie zone for as long as possible for every single set. So what that means is we're lowering the weight a little bit, as much or as cool as it feels to throw around the full stack of leg extension. You can only get so much out of it. At least for me, I'm strong enough to do it for a good set, but I'm not strong enough to really milk all of the benefit out of that type of weight. So we'll drop the weight a little bit, and the goal is to get a really good squeeze at the top, and hopefully by rep number 8, rep number 9 maybe, we'll be burning really fucking badly. And then the goal from there is to just keep going. Rep it out as far as we can go. Stick in that, I'm sure you, for any of you high school lifters or anybody that was on the football team, you would have heard your coach say, the set doesn't start until it starts to burn, right? So that's kind of the idea here. We're going to stick it out. That's when the real reps start. And, hopefully we'll get a pretty sick ass pump. I am wearing some, Adidas running shorts, so the pose down will be pretty informative. Feeling pretty good. As of our weight update today, we're still in the 211s. So 211.5 as of this morning. So that means I expect to see our average for this week probably be around 212. This last week's average was 214, or I think it was just under 214. I think we were at like 213.8, something like that. So 2 pounds down, that'll be a very welcome sight to see. And at the rate that we're going, we'll probably be down. How many weeks left this year? There are enough weeks left in the year to where I'm pretty confident we'll be at least at 200 by the end of the year. And if things go really well, we'll be in the 190s. So very excited to see that. We're seeing all sorts of freaky changes, vascularity, better definition. The cardio, I've noticed a lot with the cardio. It's getting a little easier. So typically the circuit that I like to do, is I'll walk like 1.5 miles around my neighborhood. It's pretty hilly, so there's a lot of exertion. And my average heart rate, I track all this on the watch, uh, but my average heart rate has gone down by a good bit. So it is getting easier. We're finishing the mile time a lot faster. And this is just a brisk walk. I'm not trying to run or anything. I'm certainly no runner. Uh, I think I would tear something if I tried. That would destroy my joints. I couldn't do it. But I am feeling pretty inspired today. Uh, Back to the point of what I was talking about with spicing things up on my leg day. So we'll stick with the program of Bernie Field, but I think I'm going to try to do some, Smith machine, Bulgarian Smith squats. I don't know if that's the official name for it because it's on Smith machine, but that's what I'll call it. So I used to do split squats a lot more. Uh, Man, this was a hot minute. This was like over a year ago. I used to do it with, dumbbells and it felt pretty good, but I think it'll benefit me a lot more now. So we'll see how that goes. We shall see. It is about 2:20 in the afternoon. Gym is probably going to be moderately busy, so that'll be a welcome sight. But this will be a shorter, car talk on the way there. I just kind of want to get my mental lined up a bit. So I will see you guys when I make it there.
Okay. Oh.
All right, I tried out the lighting in the posing room, and it wasn't that great. So I'm hoping in here, hopefully, the lighting is a little better. What do you guys think? Does that look freaky? Hopefully that looks good, but let me take a seat right here. So I ended up doing 2 sets of Smith Bulgarian squats, and it didn't really feel that good, to be honest. I think it was just the setup that I had. It didn't really let me go that deep, so that kind of sucked. So I did a normal set of deep squats, and it was all right. That's when I moved on, and I did 2 sets of leg press, and then finished off with more leg extensions. And really, that was all I needed. I don't know, man. The squats just, when you have like 0 carbs in your system, and you try to do something that takes so much energy, you just don't get a lot out of it. It just kind of sucks. So, I don't know. Maybe I should start trying hack squats or something. Maybe that's what I'm missing. Now, by all means, this wasn't like a bad leg day. This was a great leg day. But, I'm always looking to improve the process. So, I'm going to go and hit calves real quick. Just a couple sets of standing calf raises. And then I'll see you guys in the car. Oh, boy.
Another successful, beautiful, outrageously powerful leg day. Holy shit. The one, I can have my complaints about, this, that, or the other didn't feel as good as I hoped or whatever. At the end of every leg day, I'm fucking cooked. I am like wobbly, walking like a newborn gazelle. So, if that's not the sign that I did a good job, I don't know what is. I do wish those Bulgarian Smith squats felt good, because like what I imagine the feeling would be like is like just a really good stretch at the bottom and then a nice strong contraction at the top, That's my fantasy. But then in actuality, it doesn't really feel like that. It feels feels off. Something felt off about it. So, I don't know. I'm not going to give up on it. I think I will experiment a little bit with various setups, and maybe that was my issue. We'll see. Because I do think that they're a very good movement. Especially like halfway through quads, just to get like a really good pump. I think they have the potential to be incredible. So, only a matter of time. But shit, man. Everything felt great for the most part. Everything looked great. The one thing that I don't like about my gym is, like, it doesn't really matter where I do my pose downs at. The lighting is never really that good. And I guess that's kind of counterintuitive to what my goals are. My goals are to look incredible regardless of what the lighting is, The lighting is merely like a cherry on top. I mean, shit, with the perfect lighting, anybody can look huge, with the right conditions, and, you fuck around on Photoshop or Photo Labs or whatever, and, get the contrast just right. Anybody can look great. But, I don't know. I need to not care as much. And I don't, but, ultimately my goal is always going to be to look incredible regardless of what my lighting setup is. And this just goes to show that I'm not there yet, right? And that's not something to be upset about. That's, it's kind of exciting because you have a lot to work towards. So depending on your perspective, that can either be scary or exciting. I like to say that it's kind of exciting. I'm very satisfied, or I'm very happy with the progress that I've made so far. And I'm very excited to see where all of this goes, man. It's going to be pretty fucking sick. Crazy to think the 10-week challenge, the self-imposed 10-week challenge, is almost over. But just because the 10 weeks are up doesn't mean the cut's over. And it certainly doesn't mean that the videos are over with. From there, we just keep going. We'll reset to cut day 1. Maybe I'll come up with a funny title or something. I don't know. But that's the idea. We're just going to continue where we ended off at. And, we probably won't stop until, shit. We'll stop when we get to like 190, something like that. So, like I was saying earlier, I'm expecting to make it to that point towards the end of the year. It'll boggle me if we make it to the end of the year and I have to keep going, because that would just fucking suck. It is a necessity, but man, that would fucking suck, because that'll make it pretty much over a year of cutting. And don't get me wrong, the first like 3 or 4 months, I certainly wasn't as locked in as I am now. So I really just extended it, or it's longer than it needed to be simply because of bad decisions, right? So for those of you that see the number of, cut day, whatever number it is, and you think to yourself, man, you've been cutting for a long ass time. You got to keep in mind, I made a stupid fucking mistake, and I'm hoping everybody will learn from this, but way back when, early last year, I want to say. Yeah, early last year, January, February of last year, I probably weighed around like 230-ish, something like that. And I had the wise idea to bulk. And don't get me wrong, I was already soft. I was in a soft space. That would have, I would have been in a perfect place to cut right then and there. Cause man, if I did, I could probably be in a good bulk right now, but I got too hyped up about the idea of building strength. So I said, fuck it. And I bulked up to 260. And man, I got very fucking soft. I did get very strong. My numbers went up pretty fucking significantly. It was awesome. I was like lifting some pretty impressive weight these days, just because of that bulk. But, you reap what you sow. I've got to pay back the dues. So that means I gave myself a lot more work to do on this cut, but there's still a bright side to it, because man, I built up a very, very strong where the fuck are you turning, dude? Just go. I built up a very good foundation, very good muscular foundation, to where at the end of this cut, we're going to see some pretty freaky results. Everything's going to look pretty well defined. We'll be at a very good baseline to be able to really get into a good bulk cut cycle. And then ultimately the goal will be to compete. That's in the distant future. I don't see myself competing anytime soon. I don't really see the point of competing in a show if you don't think you're at the best of the best. And that's something I never really got. People like, I'll see it on TikTok and stuff. They're like, yeah, we're 1 week out from the show. And to be honest, I don't feel ready for it. I didn't feel ready for it when I started this prep. I think I could have done a little better, but here we are. And I don't know. I respect the excitement of competing, but if you're not like confident that you have the best possible package that you can provide, then I think you're kind of just wasting your money and you're wasting your time. So the day that I step onto a stage, it's going to be something to behold. I wouldn't compete unless I knew for a fact that I was going to win. So someday we will get there, my friends. But for now, the goal is merely to be an impressive specimen. Oh man. I'm going to assume I'm in the spot. Well, anyhow, I've got to do some grocery shopping. I've got a bunch of shit to do, so I don't really have too much to talk about. Chest tomorrow morning, hopefully, if I wake up in time. So I'll see you guys tomorrow for that.